to me. Okay, so I'm gonna start reading this again. And see how people write on it. After that, see how people write on about it. Right? Right? In just 1 minute. In just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
You feel this alright? Ooh. This girl, she's good. This time bigger than usual. Than Vice City. I know about the Vice City. But, oh. Hi, Daniel. Typical. I can.
Well, look who's
the
back. The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team.
Yeah, really.
Trust?
Trust.
Okay, this is fun. I like seen all the what do you call it? All the scenes, missions, like what do you call it? Reddit does. I didn't miss much event in games. It's really cool. I really want to watch this. Everyone's quite down about it, but let's get it. So I'm not quite sure. It really has met on the reasons something. I think it's gonna be two. Maybe I'm gonna have to encourage it. Some people say it's only the female. I'm not quite sure about it. Right? Hey! Oh yeah, it's kind of added. Yeah, this one. This one actually reminds me of CSI Miami. Something like relation. It's really good. It's really cool. We can go here. I can find something. Look at that. Look at that, people. I remember the last time going to playing Vice Cities. Not much people on the beach. Now, look at that. Man. Yeah, I was thinking any part? I'm not sure. Look at that. Do you mind something? Like a sellers? Nice. I'm gonna say, after I look at this, the map's really like a much slasher. Ooh! I just spot something. Look at that bite. That white bite. It's cool. Oh yeah? seasons to collapse. So this one really match all games. Yeah. Just this map is just remind me on the Vice City. Oh, Vice City. But this one, I'm not quite sure what happened. Yeah, club. Yeah, there's one club there in Vice City, I remember. Oh, this one, I think it's small bridge. Yeah, the one that connected. Maybe this one does use all these. Look at that graphics. Oh boy. Man. Again, I really wish I can experience this on game. Sometimes on Twitter, you just put it on Twitter. It's not really happen. But, yeah. This crocodile is really fire. Okay. Another crocodile. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, when did it happen? Why did the magician use this? Oh my god. Oh, so many things happen. But I'm gonna change when you come up. Okay, 35. I remember the PC and the console is quite different. I think. Look at this. So, when GTA 6 gonna release 2025? Okay, let's change course at that time. Everything we know so far, can wait. Okay. GTA 6 officially coming in 2035 instead of Vice City instead of Leonidia. I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is how I pronounce it. Trailer breakdown, you can find that into detail. Yada. 2 minutes of ice 2035 confirmed. Platforms and PS5 confirmed. PS4, PS5 and Xbox Series. When it's arrived, can official consider it so set the GTA count. We mentioned PC launch. Wow! Oh, which might suggest it is real for similar route of the previous GTA games or Rockstar games like Red Dead. Console first, we should live on the PC. Same goes like Final Fantasy VII remake. Yeah. Will the GTA 6 is best for Xbox One? I did not. What be? Yeah. It make any current gen. Oh boy. Current gen. I was wondering since it's in the commands too, yeah, yada, source of fire exploration skill with the two, that's surprise me. The serious components about consider the mountains, which are the areas of the types like this. During official trailer, focus video release, This year, meanwhile, what was about the character? I don't care. Why care? Infamous. Why care? Just complete. I don't care for it. I don't care. Very much. Exactly. Infamous ocean view how to sing and to how to the change of information. La 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 la. Oh, I need to watch a comparison. I didn't see. Oh, another screenshots. February 2020. It is well underway. Range officer. Yeah. Leaks. Leaks. Please. Come on. Well, something you're hyped about. Don't care about the games, about the films, movies, some things. Anyway, it will be late. Come on. Will digital delay? Yes, I think it's gonna be delayed. A lot of maps. Find digital maps. Alright, is it something maps? What the hell? Look at that in pink. Okay. Yeah, sure. The guy can let me go. The guys, please trust me on fine. Why not? Still, yeah. I think so, but why it's gonna be two? Yes, it's really good to see how I got the players. Yep. Okay. I don't get it. Team. But it looks fine. Right? So. And one city. Three. Contact. Okay. Sure. Right down. Yeah, I just want to see that. So this hotel. Alright, this is Rocket Ocean Beach. This comparison. Yeah, yes, one. Ocean Drive. Okay, Ocean Drive. Hotel. Just like you compare a box of shoes and the shoes itself. Right? Okay, right in these locations. Right? Oh, this is similar though. It's different. I can see that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Even the car, the dog. Alright. Read these locations. The bridge. That's interesting. Malibu Club. Alright, I remember this one. Yeah? The one you can buy. You can dance, I think. But no DJ though. Yeah. Apartment 2C. Oh, right. Nice. This stay reminded why is the apartment 2C? Oh, yeah, that one. It is just my guess when you think about it. I think it's quite similar. Right? Yeah, very far similar. But I never enter it because it doesn't buy it. Yeah, I feel similar. I remember this one. From the way I run from the police. The beach. Right, I told you. It's quite empty. Last time. The sunset. Oh boy. So the building is gone, eh? The one that's been developed. Nighttime. Daytime. Nighttime. Daytime. Nighttime. Oh yeah. This one. Then, what do you call it? The small island. My city basically.